What's up, Schmoedown fans? Welcome back to another episode of Beyond the Schmoedown. I'm Star Wars champion Andrew Dimalanta.
And I'm Nicki Dimalanta.
Oof, how many? Oh, thank you. Yeah, let's put that. Oh, there we go.
Oh boy. Okay, got it. Fans
now it's
on.
Fans on, because it's going to get hot because we
Gonna
got
cool it down in here.
a lot of matches to go over.
Yeah, about, 23 matches it feels like.
Yeah.
But no complaints. It's okay.
A lot of content to go over. Before we get into the matches, there's a couple of, I think, announcements, right?
That's all you.
There's two tournaments.
True. Yes. Grace, the president,
Yeah.
she made an announcement and dropped 2 brackets for a teams tournament and a Star Wars tournament.
Do you want to? Oh, my
May.
phone's not in here. I just noticed my phone's not in here. Uh-oh.
Hold on, everybody. I'll bring it up. Let me find the Schmoedown. It's gonna be a good one. I feel like this.
They're 2 like almost I hate to say mini tournaments. They're 2 8-tier tournaments.
Yeah, and I feel like the teams tournament is gonna be interesting because it's like a lot of new teams. Oh,
there's only one team that's in it that was established last season.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Hold on. I'm not having. Okay, I found. Okay, got it. So we want to actually talk about who's in it.
Yeah,
briefly?
we'll just briefly talk about who's in it.
So yeah, the teams tournament. I don't think there's actually like set dates. We just have brackets, and I think we know that it's going to be in May.
Yes.
Right.
Yes.
I think.
Yes, I think both of these tournaments will be in May.
So in the teams tournament, you've got Rushmore for the Finstock Exchange, which I believe to be John Roca and JTE.
Yes.
Versus the press room for the Mercs, which is Perry Nemiroff and Josh Horowitz. So they're going to go against each other. You got Lightning Time from The Usual Suspects, which is Ethan Irwin, and Lightning Liz Shannon Miller. I just short-circuited a little bit. Sorry. And then you got the Den. They're going against the Den, the Outsiders, which I believe to be Paul Preston and Ben Goddard, I would imagine. And then over on the other side of the bracket, you got yourselves Danger Zone of the Dungeon, and that is, of course, Dangerous Dan Murrell and Ben the Boss Bateman. And then you got Swag, who has the midterms, and I'm honestly not sure who that is.
I don't know either.
So we'll see.
We'll see.
But I get it. Final exam and midterms. I see what you did there.
See what you did.
Swag. Then we've got Corruption. They have Deception going into the tournament, which we all are familiar with, being Marisol McKee.
Deception is back.
And
so
Adam
great.
Collins. And then we got the Stars, who have a team called Blackjack. And honestly, don't know who that is either. I don't know if those things were revealed. They might have been, and I missed them. Who knows?
But we got a
wouldn't be the
tournament.
first time. But yes, we have a
First tournaments
tournament.
of the season.
A team's tournament, so that's pretty exciting.
Yeah. And within that announcement, we got another announcement that when I was on backstage this past week, Bateman revealed the team name.
Yeah, Danger Zone.
Danger Zone.
It fits.
It fits.
I guess.
Yeah.
Because Dangerous Dan Murrell and Ben Bateman likes Top Gun.
Yep.
And that's what that's from, right?
Danger Zone.
Yeah, just makes me think of Archer.
Yeah. Oh.
Oh, yeah. R.I.P.
Yeah.
Jessica Walter.
Yeah.
Man, Mallory Archer and Lucille Bluth.
I know she has a great career.
Oh, I'm sure. I know
besides
she has
that,
a great
but those are the
career,
ones
but-
that we know her best as.
And those are the ones I love her best as. They're just such good characters. So now we've got a Star Wars tournament, an 8-person Star Wars tournament that I believe to be happening in May. Not really sure.
I think it's one of the 2.
I believe there's a
happening,
second
but
one.
it's the only one that's been officially announced.
Right. It only makes sense for there to be a second one. I believe Christian has mentioned it.
Yeah.
And also there's 2 people per team. So it makes sense that you're going to see some more Star Wars action because the division seems to have expanded. Yeah. So we got, for the Star Wars tournament, we've got The Usual Suspects, Marvelous Marie Wilson going up against the Finstock Exchange with Gold Leader. Then you've got the Stars throwing in Zach Burkett. Not sure he has a nickname yet. Yes, versus Adam, the Razor Wit of the Dungeon. Okay.
Right side of the bracket.
Right side of the bracket. We've got Andres Ace Cabrera of Swag going up against, did Sean's nickname change? Or is he still the Saint?
I think he's still the Saint.
Sean the Saint Sullivan of Corruption.
Yeah, everybody's changing their nicknames.
Yeah, that's the cool thing to do these days. And then you've got Thomas the Major Harger. What is wrong with me today? I can't.
You're distracted by this gigantic thing on our
You know what
desk.
it is? It's because I'm not in my normal position. I would usually have my hands out here, but guess what? I'm not allowed to touch the belt.
Sorry.
And I respect that, but usually my hands would be out here, but I'm all...
We're a superstitious bunch here in the Dimalanta household.
I'm all discombobulated, and I can't speak anymore. Let's see if I can make it through this.
I tried to put it on the shelf. It just wouldn't fit.
You know, it doesn't. It's not. It's a little cumbersome.
Champ problems, am I right, people?
Jesus. Thomas the Major Harper of the Den versus Eric. I'm sorry, his nickname, if he has one, escapes me. I'm not sure. Eric Whiteley of the Quirky... oh, wait.
Eric the Knight Whiteley.
Oh, the Knight Whiteley. Mm-hmm. Nice. Rhyming.
Yeah, and these are... we get to see the brackets before we get to see... A lot of these people have matches on the book, but we just haven't seen them yet.
Right. We have not. We have yet to see Zach Burkett. We have yet to see Thomas Harper in the Schmoedown. Mm-hmm. And we've yet to see Eric Whiteley. So... Yeah. Yeah, and it's gonna be good.
And it's interesting to see like where these decisions came from, like who we put in the tournament, because almost every single team has at least 2 Star Wars players. I think the Exchange is the only one with one Star Wars player.
So,
for as far as I know.
Yeah.
But somebody in this, I can't go. Obviously, I can't go into the tournament, but somebody else on this desk isn't in the tournament.
I mean, it makes sense.
Yeah.
Marie just won Dragon Con.
Yeah.
And she's coming off of a win.
Yeah.
So, it's whatever. I'm not fine by me. Go get him, Marie.
Yeah.
But, I'm sure that if and when there's a second one down the road, I will need to do what I need to do.
I mean, I don't know what conversations you're having with your manager, but I imagine you're going to have a match in between this one and the next tournament just to get your debut in and get people to see you, because the only person that has not debuted in this tournament is Zach.
Well, and also, I mean, I know that she holds the IG belt, but it was a big fat reveal that Mara's going into Star Wars, so I don't know if they're pulling back on that because they want her to focus on IG or if that's still a thing, but why make a big reveal like, oh, by the way, she's also going to play Star Wars, and then she doesn't.
Who's the Dungeons competitor? It's Witt.
Adam Witt.
Yeah. And you also had Molly Damon.
And you also got Molly Damon.
But she was in contention for the belt too,
which I imagine is
which goes
probably
into,
why she's not in here.
Yeah.
So
we'll see.
Yeah, we'll see. Mm-hmm. I don't know.
And I think you want Mara to focus on IG because,
probably
she has the belt right now.
Maybe you should have kept that in your pocket until later in the game then.
Yeah.
Because,
I don't know. But yeah, those are the announcements. I always love tournaments. And we're getting tournaments earlier than we normally would. So bring it on, man. There's nothing like tournaments. I love I love outside tournament play too, but there's nothing like a good old fashioned tournament, like
no, I really
winner
think
takes
that
all type of thing.
The Star Wars tournament last year, I feel like it set some kind of fire.
Yeah,
and also, Schmoedown. I think it was a pretty big deal.
I think what we have to mention with these tournaments is the winner of the teams one, I think, goes up against Corruption in a number 1 contender match. I don't think they get a title shot. Correct me if I'm wrong in the comments.
Yeah, I don't know.
But I do think the Star Wars tournament, the winner of that gets a title shot against. They will be playing, I guess, the winner of whoever holds it after the Laura Kelly match at Collision.
Correct.
So, man, Star Wars belts can be on the line a lot this season.
A lot of stuff going on
Yeah.
over here in the Star Wars world.
So big. It takes up so much space.
It does.
It's very awkward to hold, too.
I don't know what to do with my hands. Usually I don't sit like this. Like, usually I'm out here.
Yeah, I usually have my hands out here, but
playing with stuff.
But we'll see. Anyways, so those are the couple announcements that we wanted to go over really quick. So let's get into...
But no complaints. I will sit like this for as long as I need to. Let me make that known.
I'm trying to figure out a way to maybe hang it on the wall or something. I don't know.
You do whatever
This is the most... I might put it over here, move the road cut. I don't know. I'll move it around.
You do whatever you want.
We'll see.
I will accommodate.
I don't know.
I will accommodate.
But it's so nice and framed.
We got like 10 jillion matches, so let's do it. All right. The first match that we've got here is a singles match. We got Video Drew of the Dungeon versus Elliot the Mountain Dewberry of Corruption. This match was a delight.
Oh, it was.
My goodness.
Video Drew is quickly becoming one of my favorite people.
Oh my God, she is
in the Schmoedown. She's
so funny.
Such a treasure.
I do love how I know Dewberry's got this new Corruption persona.
Yeah,
and he's
attitude.
all in his suit and he's all serious. But I did love at one point when she made him laugh, and it was like, oh, I love him. When you see somebody like break character or whatever, it's just
because she had the shtick going in of like, oh, I want to play Josh McCrubert.
Oh yeah, she her whole promo was because she played in like an exhibition rom-com match with Josh McCouga, and she kept calling him Josh McCouber. And she was thinking that for some reason, maybe because they were in a rom-com match together, that they fell in love and that they were going to get married. And she cut the whole promo thinking that she was going against Josh McCuber in this match. So she didn't realize that Dewberry beat him and retired him.
Yeah.
So that was a lot of fun. Yeah. It was.
That was good.
Video Drew's a treasure. So round 1, they both missed a question about Elizabeth Banks and Black Dynamite. So they were both 6-6. A match made in heaven. Look at that. Round number 2. Video Drew spins 90s. She goes to multiple choice twice. Got them both. Then she did have a big old 2-point miss, and it did get stolen.
Yeah.
Dewberry. He gets spinner's choice. He gets he picks Paul Thomas Anderson. Don't know who that is. Feel like I never heard of him. I know somebody spun that before, but
yeah.
You could give me a lineup and I'd be like, I don't know. Just pick the third one in, maybe. Probably a safe choice. He went to multiple choice 2 times, got one, missed one, not stolen. But he also had a 2-point miss that was stolen. So it was a bit of a wash there. So by the end of round 2, it's now 11-12 in favor of Video Drew. Round 3, 2-pointer for Dewberry. 90s. Which actor is in the following films? 90s films. 1990s. Goodfellas, Jurassic Park, and Die Hard with a Vengeance. Mace Windu himself, Sam Jackson. Whoops, sorry, didn't mean to give that piece of trivia away. Hopefully nobody looked that one up. 2-pointer for Video Drew. Musicals. What pop music superstar played the Scarecrow in the 1978 musical The Wiz?
The Wiz. I think this is
Michael Jackson.
When I was at backstage this past week, I think it was Goddard said like this is a weird question because he never heard of The Wiz before. And we were talking about subjectivity of questions, and he's like, this is a 2-pointer, and I could be wrong. I think he said like, yeah, this question came up. Like, I have never heard of this movie.
Yeah, Andrew and I have been talking a lot about question subjectivity this week.
Oh, yeah.
Because things. 3-pointer for Ellie Dewberry. Fantasy sci-fi in Blade Runner 2049. Oh, by the way, Video Drew got her 2-pointer. Michael Jackson. Who plays Wallace Who plays Wallace? CEO of Niander? I don't know if I got autocorrected there. Something weird happened here.
Yeah,
anyways, who wants to discover the secret to replicant reproduction? The Joker himself, Jared Leto. You're welcome for anybody out there for that trivia.
That Snyder Cut. Stayed up until 2 a.m. watching that thing.
I didn't. Oof. I was drifting into dreamland. Yeah, no thanks. I'm good. Give me a regular length movie. I also heard something about people with the success of the Snyder Cut being, and the fact that it was 4 hours. I don't know if it's true, but was there the same type of thing with Endgame where somebody started and then somebody else finished it? Or did the same people make it the whole time?
Which one?
Endgame?
No, Endgame.
Was that the Coen brothers or something?
No, it was the Russo brothers.
Russo brothers. I knew it was some kind of brothers. Potato, am I right? So, no, I heard something about how, and I don't know, maybe it's fake, maybe it's The Onion, I don't know. But something about how the success of the Snyder Cut, they're like, oh, we're open to releasing a 6-hour cut of Endgame. I'm like, are you kidding me?
That movie
Who has that kind of time?
Movies find the way it is. That's the thing. Like,
who's got that kind of time?
I can talk all day about how like the Snyder Cut. The Whedon Cut it's fine. I didn't hate it, but you can tell it was like a cobble of 2 different directors' visions. When the Snyder Cut it's far too long, but it's much better than the Whedon Cut.
I didn't watch the Snyder Cut, and I can't guarantee that I'm going to anytime soon. But I don't remember a second of the Joss Whedon one. I mean, the only thing I remember is the whole mustache debacle. Which, come on, man. What's that about? Come on. Anyways, moving on. The answer was Jared Leto, and he got it. 3-pointer for Video Drew. 80s, the 1980s. That joke is still funny. Which actor plays the character Professor Plum in the 1985 board game adaptation Clue? Never seen it. Christopher
Clue.
Lloyd. Isn't that Dr. What's his face?
Yeah.
Doc
Brown.
There you go. Doc Brown from, what's it called? Back to the Future.
What's it called? One of the best trilogies in cinematic history.
Sorry, Brad. My bad. Christopher Lloyd. She got it.
FCL starts next Tuesday or tomorrow.
Oh, boy.
Yeah.
5-pointer for Dewberry. Horror. Claude Rains Ralph. Oh, that wasn't all one name. There's no comma. Claude Rains, Ralph Bellamy. I was like, damn, that's a long name. Claude Rains, Ralph Bellamy, and Bela Lugosi have supporting roles in what 1941 Universal horror film?
And I guessed this one.
The Wolfman.
The Wolfman. Just guess a monster if you don't know it. Pull Stacey Howard and just guess the right question. And
and he missed it. He missed it. I was gonna say
you looked puzzled. I was like, yeah, you know the outcome of this. Like
I was gonna say I didn't write missed it or got it, but I'm like I know the outcome, so he must have missed it. I'm really struggling here.
I saw the gears turning and like what?
I'm really struggling today for some reason. I don't know why.
The belt is throwing you off. It is the belt. Like I totally admit that the belt is kind of like it's. I'm thinking of moving it because, I love having it in frame. Don't get me wrong, but.
Do whatever you need to do. I will struggle bust my way through this.
I usually have my hands here and I feel uncomfortable. I don't know.
What do I do with my hands?
Yeah, I might move the roadcaster here. I'll put the belt here. We'll figure it out.
Hey, man, I don't care. Whatever you want to do. I will, like I said, adapt, overcome. Yes.
Yeah. We'll find a place.
We'll make a way. We'll find a way. Anyways. Video Drew 16-19. Video Drew takes the W there home to the dungeon. So excellent job there, Video Drew. Very fun match.
Such an entertaining match.
Oh my god.
I love the back and forth. And Video Drew has some of the quickest wit and out of anybody in the game. And she had me crying at points. Like she is hilarious.
Yeah, I forget some of the exact things she said, but she's
I just remember sitting there like, oh my god.
No, during the match you were like, oh, she's definitely one of my favorite people now.
Yeah, can you remember when she first debuted? I'm like, oh,
yeah, she's come a long way.
She's come not just character wise, but trivia wise.
Yes.
She's competing.
Oh yeah,
I love to see it. And as far as Dewberry goes, like, I mean, people had him like.
It's not like he got rocked.
No,
it was a great match.
This is a great back and forth match. Like, oh, he stole 2 points. She stole them back, and it's like everybody likes. Sometimes when we have, especially in like the divisions that we play in, it's like you're expected to go perfect the entire time, and you expect everybody. And when people miss, it's like, you're over. With that's what I still love watching the singles and teams divisions. Like things can happen where people miss, steals happen, they steal the points back, and. I love seeing matches like this, and especially with characters like this. It's so much fun
to have the back and forth of a trivia match, but also to have the character work going on. Like this was a great match, very entertaining. Next match, we have a rookie debut match for two people. So we've got Christy V of the Stars versus Rick the Rager Raddus of the Finstock Exchange.
Speaking of characters,
what a fantastic name! Like, listen. I don't think that that's his real name because his Twitter...
Rick Raddus?
His Twitter name is definitely not that. And you know how sometimes people make their Twitter name like their first and their last name?
Oh, yeah.
Like, it's definitely not Rick Raddus. So, I don't know if it's his real name or not. Because if that's his real name, what a name.
Yeah.
Congrats to his parents on that one because...
Raddus.
Rick Raddus? Yeah. I'm telling you, you sound like a wrestler or a... something else it sounds like you could be something else with that name if you know what I'm talking about, but it's just a fantastic name.
I do like this, like his nickname this run is the Rager. I like him being called Triple R.
Yeah, like Triple H.
Yeah, I like that. That's really cool. But
yeah,
what a character, man.
I need to know what's in that skull that he keeps holding up. It looks like Bloody Mary, which is disgusting. If that's what it is, like, why would you keep that in a bottle? But I thought that skull has tequila in it. Maybe it's red tequila. Who knows?
I don't know.
No, we don't drink tequila in this house.
I used to. I don't anymore.
I could take a sip of tequila and it's just Vomit City immediately. Like
Vomit City.
It's just
Ralph,
Yak, whatever you want to call it. I will vomit if you just give me even a small drink of tequila. It's
I remember tequila and Coke used to be my thing back in college.
Oh god, that's so disgusting.
When we first met, and then when we first started dating, tequila was like my thing. But then it switched one day. I was like, ugh, nope. And I went to whiskey and then to vodka. Yeah,
I had one bad night with tequila. Yeah, never again.
I remember exactly what night that was.
Never again.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, we were watching a UFC match with our friends. Never again. I think that night is the reason that I just throw up city.
Yeah.
Vomit City, whatever you want to call it.
Yeah, I can't even
I'm the
sniff
mayor.
Tequila.
it's disgusting. But if you drink it, good for you.
Good for you.
And Rick Raddus, if that's what's in your skull over there, good for you.
Bring it back to the Schmoedown.
Bring it back to the Schmoedown. I don't know if it's a red tequila. I don't know, but good for you.
Yeah. Yeah,
much respect.
And God, who's going on against?
Christy V of the Stars.
She's one of those fan four.
Yeah, the Fantastic Four.
Fan League Four.
Fan League Four.
That with your faction mate came in.
Amaru Moses.
Amaru.
Yes.
Yes. But so so I think a lot of this was like eyes on her because like, hey, she has loose experience, and again I say loose experience because fan leagues are fan leagues.
Yeah.
This is the big time.
Experience is experience.
But experience is experience. I didn't know a thing about Rick Raddus other than what a character.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I mean, you come in with that kind of name.
Yeah.
You're
wearing bathrobes and sunglasses and
yeah.
Yeah.
Holding up skulls full of Bloody Marys and tequila. Good for you, man.
Yeah.
What a winner. Round 1. They both missed a question about Joe Pesci.
It was
there was the first question. Oh yeah, they both missed the first question. It was something with Joe Pesci.
Yeah, something about who was in these movies.
Yeah, I got it wrong too. I said De Niro, which I think is what they both
Pesci.
said.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, sorry, it was Pesci. So they both missed their first question. It's rough, but whatever.
Yeah.
It happens. Christy missed a question about Bill and Ted and Kate Blanchett. Raddus, the Rager. I don't know what we're gonna say Raddus.
Just call him Raddus.
Raddus missed. I mean, that's what he was called in the match. So
well, that was in his lower third. So whatever the lower third's called.
Raddus missed a question about Sandra Bullock, 2 weeks notice, and The Hangover. So by the end of round 1, it was 5-5. Round 2, Raddus spins away from rom-coms. Gets J-Lo. Multiple choice twice. Got them both.
Yeah.
So it's
sweeps the category, but has it tricked down a couple times. No shame in that.
Got him right.
Yeah.
Christy spins away from Robert Redford. Gets opponent's choice.
Oof,
they
rough.
saddle her with the little thing called horror. And I took a note here that Gucci said it's horror and she'll do horrible. Gucci is...
We took note of the cutscenes, right?
Yes.
Yes, so we'll get to that. So we'll get
Oh my God.
Quote of the year.
I
My
love
favorite quote of the year.
I love Tom Technico. Oh my God, he is amazing. Anyways, multiple choice 3 times. Missed twice. They both got stolen. Multiple choice another time. She got it right. If I'm not mistaken, I feel like I heard something that Rick Raddus is part of a horror podcast. So I think he might like it.
Yeah.
So by the end of round 2.
I mean, he's holding the skull, for God's sakes.
Full of tequila
and
Bloody Marys. 8-13. Can you imagine how disgusting that would be?
I like Bloody Marys. I don't like tequila, though.
Bloody Marys are disgusting.
Get out of here.
What is it? Vodka and tomato juice?
Yeah. Olives. Get some celery in there.
That's disgusting. Don't people put hot sauce in it too? What is wrong? What kind of gutter palate do you have to think that would taste good? And then other people put like a bacon in it. Good for you.
Come on, we had like after our friend's wedding.
Yeah, I did. I have one?
I had like 3.
I sure didn't. It's disgusting. I want to drink.
Great time.
First of all, vodka by itself tastes like paint thinner. Let's just get that out of the way.
Mean,
you want me to put that in tomato juice and go, oh, wow, thank you for brunch. Like, oh, it's so gross. It's so disgusting.
Thank you for brunch.
And celery's going to make it better? Celery's got no taste. What's it going to do? Oh, I can stir it with celery.
Yeah.
Wow, cool.
I mean, we are on this seltzer high right now. We put vodka in our seltzer now. So.
Well, I mean, that doesn't. It's not tomato juice.
Yeah,
that's disgusting.
It's delicious, though. Truly.
Yeah.
Truly delicious.
I see what you did there. Bloody Marys are gross.
Sponsor us, please.
That's all I'm really trying to say. 8-13, Raddus. Round 3. And another note that Raddus said that Roxy likes to pick sexy numbers, but he likes to pick nasty numbers. And I thought that was hilarious.
Oh my God.
So now I need a nasty numbers shirt.
We do. Hashtag nasty numbers.
2-pointer for Christy. Action adventure. Who plays the character known as El Mariachi in Once Upon a Time in Mexico? Antonio Banderas. She got it. 3-pointer for Christy. Dramas. What 1970s classic drama has performances by Robert Duvall, Ned Beatty, Faye Dunaway, and William Holden? I definitely got this one wrong. Network. Not to be confused with The Social Network.
Yeah.
Very close movies there.
Very.
She did miss it, unfortunately. So we stay with Christy for her 5. Tom Hanks. Tom Hanks' character is a giant whose company oversees products such as Sea Change and Soul Search, in which film featuring John Boyega?
Circle.
Oh, I thought you were telling me, like, hurry up.
No. Oh, yeah.
Come on, man.
The Circle.
The Circle. Yes, and unfortunately, she did miss it. 10-13 in favor of Raddus with a TKO, bringing that home to the exchange.
On that question, on a movie that was just bad.
Never saw it.
Did not like that movie. And Tom Hanks is in like 2-3 scenes.
Yeah. Did you say John Boyega wasn't in it a whole lot either?
John Boyega was in like 3 scenes. Barely did anything.
Yeah.
And oh god, the reviews on this channel, go search for it. But like,
look at that.
Did not like this movie.
And then when Jen Sturger was interviewing Raddus, she said that, well, now we have the answer to the age-old question of what would it look like if one of Tom's STDs grew up? Like, whoa.
Oof.
How are you gonna recover from that?
I
Like,
don't know.
damn, Jen, bringing the heat.
I mean, give it to him, man. He got a TKO for the faction.
Yeah.
A -1 for the stars. I mean, and God, what a way to follow, this past pay-per-view for the stars. It's a rough time for them right now. But
there's still plenty of things
what are you
for them
gonna
to do.
I mean, you can only do so much against an opponent. You have no idea how they're gonna do.
Exactly.
No tape on this guy from what I can understand.
I don't know if they did their research and maybe knew that horror was a blind spot, or just that they knew it was a strong spot for him to get steals. I don't know. Maybe it's in the dossier. I don't know. The dossier.
I
don't know. Maybe it's there. But in either case, it worked.
Yeah.
And so, yeah, I'm interested to see
how he does,
because there's definitely room for improvement, as there is with a lot of these debut matches. So I'm interested to see where he goes. He's a character that goes without saying.
And that's the thing about the exchange right now. They drafted a lot. I think people would say they drafted a lot based on character.
Yeah.
Because look at the characters in their faction.
And speaking of, to that end, I saw somebody recently make they were like, oh, do you think that maybe it was a strategic move for Tom to draft almost all rookies? At least outside of his signed people, all rookies, because that, let me see if I can say this as well as they said it. Because it's like, well, if you're drafting big names, then you're drafting, big kid names, you're going to get big kid games. You know what I'm saying? But if you draft all rookies and you do your homework to know that they're strong, they're just going to be pummeling through other rookies.
That is true. That's a great point.
Is that part of the dossier? Was that part of Tom's plan to know that he's going to get, I don't want to say lower level, but rookie level matches?
So that at the beginning of the season, yes. But if they keep racking up wins, you got to start your record.
You're going to start having to play those bigger names.
You're going to have to, it's just a matter of, look at the heavy hitters that we've seen so far. They all gone against heavy hitters.
And it's the Adam Collins effect.
Yeah.
You start out playing other rookies, and then you work your way up to TKOing big names in the game and taking the belt in your rookie season.
Yeah.
It's the Adam Collins effect. If you I almost said download a rookie. What is wrong with you? If you draft a rookie that you believe has the Adam Collins potential, you're not going to be dabbling in rookie matches all season. At some point, they're going to have to climb. But and the other part of their reasoning for this being a good strat was that, not only are you going to potentially be able to bulldoze your way through rookie level games, debut level games, you're also guaranteed to get tons of matches because they all need to debut.
That's true too.
So you're gonna front load the first half of your year, rack up a bunch of points, and then hopefully cultivate these people as players to where they are prepared to face those higher level people later on. So is that the madness that is the behind the genius that is Bobby Gucci? Time will tell. But I thought that was a really interesting point.
That's an interesting point. Yeah, because
I don't know who said it. If you're the one that said that, credit to you. Good job.
Yeah, it's a great strategy. But again, the more they win, the high, because you can only run to rookies so many times.
Exactly.
And then you say you get you win, and then you get a high seed in the tournament, and you make yourself maybe to the second round of the tournament. You're not going to be facing rookies. You're going to be facing people like the bigger names.
Yeah.
So. It's an interesting strategy. It has its
thought.
benefits in it, but it also has its downsides. So it can only last for so long.
But maybe it was part of Tom's plan. Maybe it wasn't. Who knows? We'll never know because it's Bobby Gucci, and I'm not sure how sure he is, but he's got the dossier. So we'll see what he does with it.
Yeah.
So they get the TKO. Excellent job to Raddus, and excellent job to Christy.
Yeah, like we say it all the time. There are wins and there are learning opportunities.
Exactly.
And this is a learning opportunity. First match of your career, don't don't hang your head about it. You'll room for improvement.
Plenty more stuff.
Plenty more opportunities.
Next match, we have an opening scene, and we've got Ben Bateman and Dan Murrell prank calling none other than Bobby Gucci.
I love that.
This is amazing.
That Ben was like, "You want 2 grown men to crank call another grown man." I love this idea.
Because so Murrell called Gucci, acted as if he was his
parole officer.
Gene, the parole officer.
Oh, this is Gene.
I know. I wish I should have watched it again because I would love to try to hand an impression of it.
Yeah.
But he was Gene, the parole officer, and they were sending him on a wild goose chase. We'll see where that ends up later on. But telling him to meet him over, it's this one location, and he's already 42 minutes late or something like that. So.
And it
was good.
I really enjoy this comedic undertone that all these cutscenes are taking, because you can easily come in here like, screw you, and do all this trash talk, but it's
super serious trash talk.
Yeah, it's super serious, but then I like how self-aware these scenes are. It's it's a trivia show.
Yeah.
All right, let's crank call these people. And I love how it's because, Christian is a comedian. I imagine he wants to keep that, muscle flexed.
Well, yeah, and also everything can't always be super intense all the time. It would get kind of exhausting. Yeah. So it's really fun and lighthearted to see these kinds of things, and it's fun to see these sides to the competitors too. Yeah. Because I would never look at Dan Murrell and be like, "Oh well, look, he's gonna do this. He's gonna giggle like a little kid while he prank calls Bobby Gucci and pretends to be Gene, the parole officer." So I do love seeing these sides to the competitors. It's really fun, and there is a continuation of that cutscene that we will come upon later. Yes. Okay. Next match, we've got another singles match between the Powder Keg, Paul Preston of the Den, versus James, now the Jet. White of Corruption. Changing up the nicknames. That's
Stick with your
nickname.
Doing. Make a name for yourself, literally.
Round 1.
Not make the name for yourself. Make the name that's given to you. Make that, you know what I mean?
Yeah. Come in and...
I've told this story before. I didn't like my nickname at first.
Yeah.
I was like, you know what? I'll run with it.
Yeah, if you had the choice to pick your nickname, there would definitely have been a different name that you would have picked. There's no need to put it out there right now. There's no need to put it out there right now. There's no need.
If you're part of our Discord and you follow me, and you know what the nickname I would choose. You know exactly.
But if we were to pick your nickname, it definitely would have been different. But now that you've rolled with it for a couple of years,
it's a part of my persona now. Well, it used to be part of my persona now, but it's a part of me.
It's there. But in any case, he went from the wizard to the jet. He's not a sorcerer or a wizard anymore. He's a jet. Shout out to Bucky Barnes.
What was the quote? It was I don't remember. The sorcerer is basically a wizard without a hat.
Something like that. Oh man, Falcon and the Winter Soldier.
I love that show. It's so good.
It's a good time so
very
far.
Good time.
Love Sebastian Stan and Anthony Mackie's chemistry. They are just too good together.
Good. Too good.
Round 1. They both got perfect rounds. Yeah. Oh boy, out the gate. Man, and they both got the bonus. 9-9 at the end of round 1. Round 2, Paul goes first. He spins Emily Blunt. He goes to multiple choice 1 time. Missed it, and it did get stolen. James goes. He spins away from the 70s and gets the 70s. Let's see what he does here, ladies and gents. He goes to multiple choice twice. Both were missed, and both got stolen.
Oof, big steals.
So 14-17 in favor of Paul, the Powder Keg. Round 3. 2-pointer for James. Tom Cruise. In what film does Tom Cruise star as Colonel Klaus Schenk Graf von Stauffenberg? The German army colonel who was instrumental in the conspiracy to assassinate Adolf Hitler. Wow. Valkyrie, got it.
And I will say, as this question is being asked, I'm like, Christian got that right.
That's always a running joke.
It is I'm not, it is a running thing in the show. Christian continually mispronounces
I saw people
things.
say, make a Schmoedown drinking game, and there was one of the rules was every time one of the announcers mispronounces something, I'm like, nobody would make it out of this game because they were like, every time somebody, what are some of the things? Oh man, I wish I would have saved it.
Yeah.
Because they were like, every time somebody spins away from something and says, but we'll be okay with it if we get it back. And those types of things that everybody does all the time. Oh no, this is exactly where we wanted to be. We wanted to be here. I've never been more proud of you. Nobody's making it out of that game. Anytime Mark's is penultimate, good luck.
Yeah. Yeah, and Christian mispronouncing things. It happens, man. But it was just funny. It's like, wow,
that was quite a name.
He got that spot on, and he didn't even flinch. I was like, wow.
I can't say anything because I've already had.
Yeah, no, I can't say anything.
I've already short-circuited about 10 times so far during this recording. 3-pointer for James. He gets sports. Mike Ditka. Trick question. Ditka is God. Mike Ditka plays himself, helping Will Ferrell's character in what soccer film? Kicking and screaming. Got it. 2-pointer for Paul. Thrillers. Nick Nolte and Jessica Lange co-star in what thriller from director Martin Scorsese? Cape Fear. He got it. 3-pointer for Paul. Leonardo DiCaprio. Mm-hmm. For what film did Leonardo receive his first acting Oscar nomination? What's Eating Gilbert Grape? I got that one. Very proud of myself. Good job, me. 5-pointer for James. Musicals. Woof. Oh, yeah, that's right. In what 19... Oh, no, actually, let me back it up. Back that thing up. What 1954 musical is set in the Pacific Northwest state of Oregon and stars Howard Keel and Jane Powell? And I'm over here like, I have no effing clue. And I mean, I'm not a musical aficionado. I just have the ones that I really like. Mm-hmm. But I'm like, wow, no, I don't even have a guess. And he's over here on the couch like,
Seven Brides
for Seven Brothers, maybe. And then boom, he got it right. Who?
The only, again, subjectivity of questions. The only reason I know Seven Brides for Seven Brothers is because it's one of my mom's favorite musicals, and we watched it all the time growing up.
Yeah, one of the things Andrew's mom does is she'll like find a movie she likes, and then she'll just watch it on repeat for like a good month or something. So that might have been one of those.
A month?
More than a month.
She watched Twilight for a whole year.
Oh boy.
Yeah. Yeah, and this was one of those.
One of them or like all of them?
One of them.
Oh boy.
She watched the first one for a year.
There should be a Twilight Schmoedown match that your mom competes in. Wow.
No, but this is one of those things other than Star Wars that I watched all the time. My mom had a Betamax of Seven Brides for Seven Brothers, and she'd watch it. I'm like, oh, I'm gonna sit here and watch it with you. And come on, man, it's a good film.
Funny stuff like that.
Yeah.
Oh God, what's happening? It's funny stuff like that makes people go like, "My question was so easy," and it's like, well, it's easy because
I saw
seen it a bunch of times. Yeah. Like obviously, and James hadn't seen it that many times.
Yeah, and clear transparency. I guessed at it because I heard Pacific Northwest. Well, I know they're lumberjacks in that movie.
Oh yeah.
I didn't know who started it because I'm terrible with names other than Star Wars names, and I was like, that sounds like Seven Brides for Seven Brothers.
Go figure.
Context clues.
In any case, James did miss it, unfortunately. So 19 to 22 in favor of Paul Preston, taking home a big W for the Dan.
And this match was between two competitors that had a lot to prove because Paul, not the best showing last season.
No, it was a rough season for him.
James White, last season, got drafted.
I think he was the first pick for the Drews.
First pick for the Drews, then got traded away, so a lot of expectations on his shoulders. Won his first match, didn't do great in his next match.
And that first match was like a whoa kind of win.
Yeah, exactly. So both of these competitors like, I want to make splashes coming back next season.
Yeah, for sure.
But another match where it's like back and forth. It was
a really good match.
It was a really good match, and Preston just happened to get the W for
I think he really needed that.
Yeah, I think Paul needed it more than James did.
At this point in time, I feel like that's probably fair to say.
Because Kate said that Paul and Ben are their two staple players that they're banking everything on.
Yep.
So if Paul did not get this win today, then it'd be like, that's not good. Because nobody wants to start off their season in a season where they're expecting to do really well to start it off with a loss.
Yeah.
So
there was an ending scene. Mm-hmm. Tom Dagnino, Bobby Gucci himself, going to meet up with Gene, the parole officer.
In his Tesla.
My God, I have to just say, the commitment to this whole sequence, I'm just blown away. Yeah. I just thought it was fantastic. So he's getting off the phone, he gets into his Tesla, and he drives over to this like park-looking place, and he's looking for Gene, and we lost our minds when he just said this one, like,
I love this line.
He was looking around for Gene. Have you seen Gene? Have you seen Gene? Nobody? Oh, and then he's getting kind of annoyed that it's taken so long. And he says, this guy is cutting into Gucci time. I don't like it. And we lost our minds. Because
it's not only the line, because only
his delivery.
Only Tom can deliver it that way to where it's just hilarious.
Everything he says is just so funny to me. He is and probably will always be one of my favorite personalities in the Schmoedown. Yeah. He's hilarious.
This guy's cutting Gucci time.
Goofy stuff aside, like exchange, like all the storyline stuff. Tom is a treasure. And he's amazing. And also the pants he was wearing, what is that? And it's like only he can wear those pants and the shoes that somehow match them. Like, what? How do you do that? And he pulls it off too. But he's a legend. Yeah. This guy's cutting into Gucci time and I don't like it. And so he happens upon a park bench. There was a gift bag there with a clown mask and I think a wig. It was just a wig.
Yeah.
And a card, from the dungeon, making fun of him and everything, calling him a clown or whatever. And he goes, Bateman, Kaiser, Merle. So, yeah, he said it really is war. So, you know.
And again, I love the comedic undertones in this.
So good.
It's so good.
Oh my God. That's probably one of my favorite. The prank call itself, along with this follow-up end scene, is probably like my favorite cutscene so far. My favorite sequence so far of the season. It was great.
Yeah.
So, with that, we head into the first battlefield of the season. We've got the undercard, Lightning, Liz Shannon Miller of the Usual Suspects versus John, the Outlaw Roca of the Finstock Exchange. Oh, he is on fire. And again, like storyline stuff aside and like rivalry with the Exchange, I guess you could say, since you left them aside, I will never get tired of watching John Roca going full Roca.
Yeah, it's one of my promo. It's one of my favorite things about the Schmoedown.
He is a legend.
I've said this many times. Roca's my favorite player, and because he encompasses everything about the Schmoedown that I love.
Yeah.
So.
And he helped build it with those two hands.
Yeah. Exactly. So. I am glad that we get to see heel Roca again because that was like, oh, it's so good.
It's so good.
Every post match, I'm like, there it is.
There he is.
He's There's the outlaw.
Yeah. There he is. So, round 1, they both get perfect rounds.
And this is a big match too, man. Like,
and they both got the bonus 9-9 at the end of round 1. Round 2, Roca spins away from Rom Coms. Says that he doesn't want to put his nuts on the line. Man, these one-liners.
And then he goes back and he's like, I'm talking about walnuts. The nuts I have in my pantry.
That's another line that I want to incorporate in my day-to-day life. So anyways, he takes his nuts off the line and he gets spinner's choice. And he takes sports. Yeah. He gets a perfect round 2. Knocks it out of the pork.
Knocks it out.
Liz spins. Spinner's choice. Takes DreamWorks animation.
Yeah, both spinner's choice. So like no more complaints of opponent's choice. You only got the category. They both got the category they liked.
Yep.
So
multiple choice. Once she missed it, it did get stolen. Then there was another question that she answered. She kind of said it in such a way that even I was like, yeah, what was that? Like she said Kung Fu Panda 3. Mark Ellis said, can you repeat that answer? And she goes, actually, what I meant was Kung Fu Panda 2. So there was a challenge issued.
Yes.
That, no, she issued an answer.
There wasn't enough time between the two answers to...
Yeah. Because it's one thing to be like Kung Fu Panda 3. Oh, I'm sorry, Kung Fu Panda 2. Yeah. It's one thing to kind of deliver it like that.
Yeah.
But to go Kung Fu Panda 3, I'm sorry, what was that? Actually, Kung Fu Panda 2.
Yeah.
It's like, yeah, that's a good challenge.
And if anybody has a problem with the way that these events turned out, it's in the rulebook.
It's in the rulebook, and Liz is just got a heart of gold, and she was like, "Yeah, no, I said it. That's what I said. Yeah, you're right, and I can't. What else am I gonna say?
Yeah,
it was right there. Everybody was there. So the challenge was upheld." And that question was thrown out. She did not get her points, but John did get a new question. Because since she said the right answer,
and it was out there in the open.
John was saying he was still arguing that I should just get those points because blah blah, but they did say no. I'm sorry, this is the way it
is.
We're giving you a new question, and I understand, and I'm not gonna. I know that there's probably people out there that are like, oh, classic John, just crying about this and that. And it's like, listen, I would have done the same thing.
Yeah, especially because he missed the replacement question.
Even if you know. Nah, they're not going to give me this. Yeah. You might as well try. Yeah. Right?
Yeah.
So I'm not going to fault him for that at all.
Yeah.
And the thing that I really respect about it was that after it happened, John was like, not apologizing to Liz kind of, but he was like, listen, no disrespect. I'm just trying to do what I'm trying to do here.
Yeah.
Like, this is just the game and I want to win. So much respect to both of them, especially to Liz for being upfront and transparent. Like, nah, man, I said Kung Fu Panda 3. Sorry. So he did get a new question and did miss the steal.
Yeah.
So
what was it, like the Shark Tale? Like who voices this person?
It was like Eddie Murphy or something.
No.
Did he say Eddie Murphy or it was Eddie Murphy?
No, it's Will Smith.
Oh, word. Round 3.
I think he said Chris Rock.
Oh, I thought he said it. Oh, Eddie Murphy was another answer because it was like the dragon in Mulan or something.
Yes.
No. Yes. No. I don't know. I don't remember. I don't know. I'm barely making it through this podcast. Round 3. 2-pointer for Liz. 80s, 1980s. In what 80s film will you find the characters Goose, Iceman, and Merlin? I got this one even though I've never seen it. Iceman is in, well, they didn't even say Maverick. Would that give it away?
Yeah.
Top Gun. Got it. 3-pointer for Liz. Coming of age. In 1979's Breaking Away, 4 working class teams faced off against snobby university students in what sport? Unfortunately, she did miss it. It was cycling or competitive bicycling. So she did miss it. So we stay with Liz for her 5-pointer animated. You'll find Christopher Plummer as Henry Le Pigeon, a pigeon of French descent who oversees the construction of the Statue of Liberty in what 1986 animated film?
American Tail.
Unfortunately, she did miss it. So we end up with 14-18, Roca with a TKO. Second one of the week for the exchange.
Yeah. What a way to start this season. The exchange is just like plowing through this.
Yeah.
And the suspects, I mean, you guys started off strong, but now you've hit a snag.
I mean, it drives me insane when everyone's like, it's over. It's like, are you kidding me? Did you watch last season? So get out of my face with that kind of stuff. Like, it's not over.
And people are gonna look at this like, oh no, suspects are in
trouble. Oh my God, Sam's in trouble. Let's talk in several months.
Yeah. See where we're at. Everybody is.
If it rings true, it rings true, but you didn't know it at the time. You were just on the bandwagon of what's going on in the moment.
Yeah.
Slaves to the moment everybody's being right now is what it is. It's okay. We're not worried. I'm not worried. I watched last season. I saw what happened. Anyways. Excellent job.
Oh, yeah.
To John Roca in the exchange. 2 TKOs in 1 week is fantastic.
Yeah.
And John Roca just doing what John Roca does, you know?
And he's out for it because, he didn't have a terrible season last season.
No.
Hit a couple snags against some really heavy hitters.
Yeah.
And now he's taking that and moving forward. And as far as Liz, we're going to see her again in the team's tournament. I imagine we're going to see her in a singles tournament. So.
Well, no, we're going to see her in the team's tournament because she's on a team with Ethan. I forget what it's called. Lightning Time.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, no. And also, everybody has an off day from time to time. Liz is still a great player. She did say in her pre-match interview that she was eating something. She's like, I'm sorry to be eating. I've had a really busy day and this is the first time I had to eat. Listen, girl, that's fine. That's fine. You don't have to make excuses. You're fine. And if you had a busy day, maybe you're just having an off day. Maybe your brain was just caught up in whatever errands you were doing at the beginning of the day. Girl, I'm not worried. Not at all. Because I know Liz is
lifting
amazing.
your player up. Lifting your teammate up.
Ladies supporting ladies. Suspects supporting suspects. I know Liz is.
Yeah, it was a good match. And I would venture to say that Liz is going to take this and be like, that's not how I play. That's not indicative of my knowledge.
No, if
come back swinging in the team's tournament.
If we know Liz at all, she'll be like, hey, man, it just happens. It's a bad day. And then she'll just go on with her day because she's, amazing.
Yeah.
So we'll go on to the next event, the main event, the overcard, if you will. Ben,
#overcard
the boss, Bateman of the dungeon versus Mark Yodi Riley of the den.
Former
teammates, who's the boss, going against each other.
Yeah. And you continually hear Riley's on his way out and he's washed up. It's you always hear that. You heard that about Roca 2 seasons ago.
Mm-hmm. And look what the man's still doing.
Yeah.
Still out here getting TKOs.
I never thought that Dan Murrell and John Roca could hit another stride. And it's that shows how much we know about the Schmoedown.
We'll see how it goes because the season is still young.
It's still very young.
But it is still a strong start. Mm-hmm. So we'll see how it goes. But we're not talking about that. We're talking about Bateman and Riley here.
Mm-hmm.
So, Dungeon versus Den, a heated new young rivalry here we got going. Former horsemen, former teammates. It breaks my heart, but, sometimes stuff happens.
Yeah.
Round 1. Riley missed a question about Mila Kunis and Hot Fuzz.
Mm-hmm.
Bateman missed a question about...
I see the wheels turning.
Yes.
And then I see them malfunctioning.
It's happening again. Because I have Ben Bateman missed a question about Ben Bateman. Jason Bateman. I must have just subconsciously autocorrected myself. Ben Bateman missed a question about
PJ pants.
PJ pants. Oh, 24/7.
Like we're going to go anywhere.
I got PJ pants on too. Jason Bateman. Ben Bateman missed a question. Yes, missed a question about Jason Bateman.
Yeah.
It was Ben Bateman. I need to take another nap. 6-7 in favor of Ben Bateman.
Missed a perfect round opportunity. So
yeah, on the last question.
That sucks missing the last question.
Round 2. Riley gets spinner's choice and takes Superman movies. No surprise there.
Mm-hmm.
The first question, they asked how many times Henry Cavill has portrayed Superman.
Yeah.
The correct answer, sorry to the question writers, the correct answer is not enough. Am I right, ladies? Anyways, Riley did say.
I'm sorry.
Go on.
I'm sorry to go on this tangent, but it's unfair how good looking that man is. I am sorry. I mean, and you took all the genes out of that film because his brothers aren't bad looking, but there's a clear winner in that gene pool, and
that's for sure.
Yeah. And I know, like 2 other competitors. I think it's Mark and Draco and Silver Strini. They will totally agree with me.
Oh yeah, Mark and Draco. I think he loves Henry. Who wouldn't? Am I right?
That jawline, that cleft chin.
I mean, Andrew can watch like a shirtless Cavill scene and just be like, "Bro, listen, look away. You're making me weak in my knees."
Yes, okay? and then you top that delightful accent on top of it all.
Oh my God, he's just, man. I don't know which one of us likes him more. It might be Andrew. I don't know.
It might be me.
In any case, the answer actually is not enough.
Yeah,
but
it's 3.
Riley was like, "Hey, listen, does this new
that's right.
Does this new one factor into the mix?" And it did. So,
that's a fair question because now that
absolutely
the Snyder Cut is out there in the world, and I think it's going to be making some charity runs in some IMAX theaters. So will that count as theatrically released?
Well, apparently it counts because it was factored into this question. So Christian did count down 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 3 is what Riley said. And there was an almost challenge issue that he didn't get it in on time, or that since when do you get to say an answer at 0, but they never actually officially issued the challenge. So Riley did get his points and went on to have a perfect round 2. Ben Bateman goes. He gets spinner's choice. Everybody in this battlefield got spinner's choice.
It's the first time I think this has ever happened in 4 consecutive spinner's choice.
Unprecedented. He takes Tyler Perry to no one's surprise.
Yeah.
Perfect round 2. 14-15 in favor of Ben Bateman. Round 3, 2-pointer for Riley. Biopics. Who plays Truman Capote in the Bennett Miller directed film Capote? This was a rough miss. Because I feel like
it was like just right there in front of him.
The minute they said, no, it's Philip Seymour Hoffman, you could see him like, no, yes, I knew that.
Yeah.
So that was a rough miss.
That sucks.
So we stay with Riley for his 3-pointer rom-coms. In Sweet Home Alabama, who plays Reese Witherspoon's socialite fiance, Andrew? Patrick Dempsey, who's that McDreamy himself.
I guess.
He got it. Grey's Anatomy, I think. I think that's Patrick Dempsey.
Never watched a single episode.
I think that's Patrick Dempsey. I don't know. He got it. 2-pointer for Bateman. Disaster movies. Who directed the 1998 reimagining of Godzilla? Roland Emmerich. Got it.
I remember not hating that film.
I remember not seeing that film. So,
I remember the marketing with Taco Bell. Those are some great marketing campaigns with the
Godzilla.
Yeah, the Taco Bell dog did a commercial with
Oh
with
my
Godzilla.
God, I forgot about the Taco Bell dog.
Hey, Godzilla, want something to drink? Sorry for that terrible.
Yeah, that was rough.
That was a rough. I will never do that.
That was
again.
hard to watch and listen to.
Sorry. Apologies all around. That was terrible of me.
Man, no, I forgot all about the Taco Bell dog. Man.
Yeah, there was a whole marketing campaign with him and
Yo quiero Taco Bell.
Yeah.
I remember those times. A simpler time. Take me back. Take me back to the early 2000s, please.
Yeah, I mean there were some terrible 90s things and terrible early 2000s things, but for the most part, it's like
you're talking like just actual real life stuff?
Trend setting.
Oh, yeah. Who cares? We all wore terrible things, but it was fun. And, it's whatever. Some of those things are coming back.
I had frosted tips in high school. Don't. Yep.
Before I knew you.
Yes, before you met me.
Yeah, I was going to say, what?
I definitely had a phase where I went through frosted tips.
Nice.
Yep.
Let's do that again.
Yeah, no. It was awful.
Maybe I'll frost mine. What would that look like on long hair? Just the tip. What would that look like? Probably not good. Probably bad.
Ugh.
I've never.
What a time.
Oh, no, okay, no, listen. I've dyed my hair one time. I can't.
Oh, yeah, for Halloween.
I can't be one of those people that's like, I'm going to make my hair blue. I'm going to do my hair red. Like, good for you. I don't know how you do it. I can't. I dyed my hair one time, and all I did was dye it dark brown. Because I went as Princess Leia for Halloween one year. And I did like one of those dyes where it was supposed to wash out in 28 shampoos. Spoiler alert, it didn't. Anyways, 3-pointer for Bateman. Disney. In which 2018 Disney film will you find the 100-acre wood and hear about creatures known as Huffalumps and Woozles? For a second, I was like, the Grinch? Those sound like pretty Grinchy names. Yeah, no. Anyways, it was Christopher Robin. He got
that movie. It was a charming movie.
I didn't see it. 5-pointer for Riley. Remakes and reboots. What 2014 remake of a 1980s romance movie stars Gabriella Wilde, Alex Pettyfer, and Bruce Greenwood? I don't have the answer, but unfortunately he did miss it. 17-20 in favor of Bateman.
Yeah, and before we move on, we have to talk about this. If you watched it live,
well, we don't have to drag it on.
We're not going to drag it on, but certain things happened in the live stream, and if you watch the live stream, you know exactly what we're talking about.
Yep.
And edits had to be made. Hey, man, that's why the digital age is such a pain sometimes.
Yeah.
Where things happen, hiccups will happen, and you have to cut around them, and they had to reshoot a couple things, and you know what?
Yeah, things happen, and you know what? There was somebody recently that went on to stereo with Christian and was like, talking about your match and your pay-per-view. Like, oh, wow, kind of, I don't want to say a bad word, but like, kind of, I don't know. I think he said it was like BS. Oh, it wasn't live. You're trying to pass it off as live, kind of BS. And it's like, this is exactly why.
Yeah.
Especially in the digital age. A lot of stuff can go wrong. A lot of technical issues can go wrong. We saw Ben Bateman freeze up on camera.
Yeah.
Things happen that are out of your control. And I know that this what happened wasn't a technical glitch. It was just kind of a, I don't know. Human error, I guess you could say. I don't know.
We don't have to
an oversight. Don't need to harp on it. But that things like this happen.
Yeah.
So I feel like it was almost kind of a good thing for fans to be able to see this like behind the scenes making of the sausage, as Mark Ellis said.
Yeah.
Like it's kind of good to see it because you get I think you get a fuller appreciation for the kind of stuff that the production team goes through.
Just the work that is good, because full transparency, in my match against Alex, the pay-per-view before, it was pre-recorded. It was pre-recorded, obviously.
There was a difficulty.
There was 2 hiccups that happened in that match, and nobody noticed it because they edited it out.
And also,
it makes for a better product.
It makes for a better product. Can you imagine how much more time would drag on if we had to sit there
during the challenge,
during challenges for the whole time, if something does happen technically? It's all in the best interest of the fans. But I feel like the fact that people got to see this happen, I think, is kind of
it's a blessing in disguise.
A blessing in disguise, because now people, I think, can have a better appreciation for what does happen and the gift that Nerd Chronic gives us every match, that you don't have to see all this behind the scenes stuff that doesn't add to the match. You don't have to worry about it. We don't have to worry about it. The team does, which sucks for them, but that's what they do, and they handle it like champs. So I'm almost kind of, not that I'm glad it happened, but I'm like, good. I'm glad people get to see this, and I'm glad they get to appreciate it.
Yeah, because the fans only get to see what they see.
Exactly.
And they very, very rarely, almost never get to see stuff like this unless you sit in on a studio match. The stuff like this happens a lot, and it's a credit to the team, the production team, of being able to like, all right, that didn't happen.
Right.
Not like it didn't happen. Like, hey, they don't need to see this.
Don't worry about that.
It kills the momentum of the viewership.
Yeah.
And it kind of tarnishes the brand a bit of like, you're gonna let that slide.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Because it makes this. It's so easy for fans to be like, oh, why don't you just do this? Why don't you just do that? This is why. Because stuff happens.
Okay. So I'm gonna go on a small rant here.
Oh boy.
Because speaking as a production professional, I'm a freelance videographer. I edit for a living. When somebody, fans, somebody says, "Hey, just do this," that's like 10 hours of work.
Yeah.
It's not just, oh yeah, just do this.
Why don't you just do this? Just hit the Photoshop button.
It's like, all right, you want me to make this one change? It creates a ripple effect. It's like, now I got to change this and that to fix that and adjust to that. So when anybody ever says, yeah, just do that, it triggers me to no end. It's like, you have no idea how much those words that you just said add so much more work to my plate.
Yeah.
So when anybody, I could rant on and on for about just do that.
I've heard it.
So,
but yeah, no, blessing in disguise. I think I know it's a headache for the crew.
It is.
It sucks to happen, and it sucks when it happens live.
Yeah.
And you gotta keep your composure also, because people are watching.
Yeah.
So it's frustrating, but maybe it'll give people a deeper appreciation for the product you're receiving.
Yeah, for what everybody goes through and what everybody does behind
and how
the scenes.
It's not always just do this. It's not always just let me snap my fingers and
we can't Thanos snap our problems away in life and in productions.
Exactly. So that was that. It happened. It's whatever.
Yeah,
it's over. It didn't change the course of the match.
Yeah,
it just kind of yeah, it just happened.
Bateman still came out on top, and it was interesting to see like the chemistry between the managers and the players, because like I like this new attitude that Riley has now. It's not so intense. It's a lot like what I'm experiencing.
Yeah, with him and Kate.
Yeah, with him and Kate, it's like brand new attitude. Go out there, have fun. You know what you know. You
Try
know
to stay
what you
loose.
do. Stay loose. Let the answers come to you. And it's not so much like you gotta win. You have to win this for the faction. You have to do this. We want to stay on top. And it's just that laid back attitude. And I like seeing Riley in this vein.
And heel Bateman and Kaiser
it works.
They're great.
It works.
Mean, I love Bateman. I love Kaiser. So I think it's a great match. So yeah, it's fun to see the chemistry between these players and their managers.
Yeah, and I think at the end during the post match, I think Bateman and Roca are going at it now.
Oh yeah,
and I think they're gonna have a match on the books soon. Don't know if it's been announced,
to see that.
But
it'll be an overcard somewhere.
Overcard coined by the Beyond the Schmoedown.
Oh yeah, hashtag.
Yeah. So that was
a
fantastic week of matches. And we have nothing but more good stuff coming up.
More good stuff. Let's see. So next week this week. Sorry, my bad.
Yeah.
I always do that. This week is April somehow. So this week we go and get Thursday, April 1st, we go and get Alex Damon of the Stars versus Barbarian of the Finstock Exchange in Inner Geekdom.
Very good one. Winner goes to play Kalinowski in a one contender match.
Oh, dang. Friday the 2nd, we get a team's #1 contender match between Shazam. Shazam of the Quirky Mercs versus Final Exam of Swag. It's going to be a good one.
You know who I'm cheering for.
I wonder. And then, actually, wait, hold on. I think that might be the week. That might be the week, because then the next one looks like it's the following week. So it looks like we have Damon Barbarian, Shazam Final Exam.
That's only 2 matches this coming week?
According to the Schmoedownlive.com. That's what I'm seeing on the schedule. Because the next one after that is April 7th.
I think they might be releasing my match publicly.
Maybe that's what it is. Maybe that
might be, yeah.
My
coworkers are like, where is it? Where is it? Where is it? I'm like, I don't know. Sorry, man.
Nerd Chronic is just, waving his wand over it, making it beautiful. So,
yeah, I thought it was going to come out this past week, but I was like, oh, no, I guess not. So it's because they already had a pay-per-view on the docket. So it's like,
yeah.
What are you going to do?
On the dossier.
So
funny. Yeah. Well, it'll be a lighter week next week. That's okay. But it's okay because it's going to be 2 big matches to talk about.
Yes, so 2 very big matches.
Very excited to see Alex and Craig go against each other, the Barbarian, excuse me, and Shazam in the Final Exam. It's going to be 2 good ones.
So very well might be a shorter episode this next coming week. We'll see. I mean, we can always drone on about something.
We like to keep it concise for you guys, so there's no problem with that. Who's got the time?
Yeah. So with that, I think we'll end this episode here. Nicki Dimalanta, Star Wars competitor Nicki Dimalanta. Where can they find you online?
Debatable. You can find me on Twitter at Dimmy, DIMMMYYY.
As for me, you can follow me on Twitter and Instagram at Drew Dimalanta. DIMALANTA. If you listen to us on audio form, please follow the feed, rate us if you can.
And if you're watching us on YouTube, like, comment, subscribe, and click the bell icon over in the lower right-hand corner to see when we do things on YouTube.
That'll do it for us. Thank you for joining us on this episode of Beyond the Schmoedown. We'll see you next time.